This half marathon journey was never supposed to be about me. It was about the kids, about the missions, but it quickly became about so much more. As I embarked on the half marathon training journey, I wasn't quite prepared for what I was going to gain from it. Like many journeys, it starts with fear, excitement, with a certain childlike wonder. As a 43-year-old woman, wife, mother of two, and soon-to-be grandmother, aka Mimi, was about to do something I never could have imagined, even in my wildest dreams. There's a reason why my brother always teased me that I took all the nerdy genes and him all of the athletic genes. I've always taken that academic route, creative path, where he tried every sports imaginable under the sun. I've always been that uncoordinated loner that was okay to be unseen. To be seen doing something so outside your comfort zone for the first time brings a whole new level of nervousness, of wanting to retreat, but I chose to do this for a charity that I'll be forever grateful for the orphans and the underprivileged from around the world, so the Global Kindness Foundation can provide medical treatment for those in need. Luckily, I've always been a goal-oriented individual, so setting a goal of training for half marathons seemed frightening, but doable. I quickly got into research mode and came up with a game plan that consists of 14-week training plan with specific daily markers to hit. At the end of this well-structured plan, I should be 100% successful, right? Maybe not. In a perfect world, perhaps. But let's be honest. Life is bound to happen, and that it did. For the most part, I kept to the schedule. I had encountered small setbacks with small injuries to my left quad, but, was quickly fixed with a few days of rest and new shoes. Who would have thought shoes were that important? I know, most of you probably knew, but like I said, I am so not athletic and, shoes just weren't on my radar. With my new shoes, I managed to rack up the many kilometers needed to build my endurance for the long haul till I hit the wall. The wall that I was never able to conquer. I got injured after only reaching 13 kilometers in my training and was unable to push past with all of my efforts and the efforts of the osteopath, physiotherapist, and even massage therapist. I was at a never-ending standstill. Now, let's rewind. The efforts and discipline needed to get up at 3:45 a.m. every morning to either go out for a run or go to the gym before going to work for 6:15 a.m., in my opinion, is an accomplishment on its own. I have had the most profound appreciation for athletics and Olympians that need to hold a job, train while still trying to be present in their family and personal life. Now, fortunately, I have a wonderful husband that is extremely supportive in my crazy ideas. I think it stresses him out a little, but nonetheless, he is always willing to pick up the slack where he can so I can achieve my goals. Running and training for me has been nonetheless transformative. It has showed me discipline in my physical strength, but also mental. It has shown me calmness in times of chaos, calming the breath, and just persevere. When hitting that proverbial wall, I was frustrated but never defeated. I knew I was never going to give up. I was going to keep fighting, trying to find a solution to my injury, and if I came up short, I was going to finish that race regardless. I was not going to give up because that's just not who I am. Race day weekend arrived and I was still injured. My husband and I decided it would be best to leave a couple days earlier so I wouldn't be so stiff after the long drive. And I have, a couple days to just find my legs. Now, I did find my legs as much as, you could with an injury. But we also found this absolutely beautiful, charming community. A community where the downtown still exists and is thriving. The cutest shops and cafes. We drove the course to see what my race was going to look like and pick up my race bib. This was exactly what I needed to shake the nerves off. The evening before the race, we did a little groceries for breakfast the following day. Okay, hey guys, so we just got in from dinner and I thought I'd get everything ready for tomorrow morning. I do have to be there by give or take 7:20 in the morning, so yeah, it's going to be an early start, but I guess I'm already used to that. So why don't I show you what I have? So I found my warm clothes because like I mentioned earlier, it's actually going to be like 2 degrees tomorrow. So I'm going to have my warm clothes for when I'm waiting to race. And I have a vest there. I haven't decided what I'm going to actually race in. So I have my shorts and my crop. Or I have a long sleeve with some leggings, my absolutely favorite socks. You can see it's actually specific and it's like compression, so it's like right and left. My running belt bag. Of course, as you all know now, my stingers. I am going to need these. Yeah, and then I have my element here, my electrolytes. I've already started drinking that earlier today just to kind of keep my muscles hydrated, everything hydrated, and of course my AirPods. And we just did some groceries. I'm not a really big heavy breakfast eater, but I'm gonna need a little glycogen in my muscles, so I think I'm going to do 1 slice of bread with a little bit of peanut butter and a little bit of jam just to keep my energy up. Nutrition is so crucial when it comes to running, and you often hear people's horror stories with, having belly issues during race day, and I want to avoid that, but I guess it is what it is if it happens. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. It's trial and error, right? Anyways, we'll see you tomorrow morning. I had planned on vlogging the morning of, but I found myself just wanting to enjoy the experience and stay focused. I had read some blogs on what people listen to when they run, and I was surprised on how many people don't listen to anything. Throughout my training, I found myself listening to Jelly Roll and Luke Combs for, a proper pacing, slow enough melodies to, keep me in zone 2 and not too upbeat for a 4:30 a.m. run. I had reluctantly chose an audiobook, but when the gun went off, audio for some reason decided not to work. So not even David Goggins was going to help me through this. It was all me and the discipline I had cultivated that was going to get me to that finish line. Not having audio was one of those blessings in disguise I am so grateful for. It had opened my eyes to the beauty of the course, the Muskokas, the other racers, the father-daughter duos, the other fundraisers, the hard work of the volunteers, all of the signs the spectators had made to keep us all motivated and uplifted. Soaking it all in was just what I needed. It had allowed me to appreciate all of the hard work we all put in for this one life-altering event. Other runners I have spoken to had described running as therapeutic, but it wasn't till that moment I understood what they meant. In that one race, I had discovered so many things about myself. I had discovered what strength and perseverance actually look like. The pain I was going through was right up there with childbirth, but like childbirth, the show must go on. Although it was never about finish time, especially after my injury, it was about finishing, about raising funds for the kids. I still managed to finish with the 2:21, considering I was expecting to take 3 to 4 hours. Like childbirth, instead of having the reward of a beautiful baby, I found pride. And like a new mother looking at your baby for the first time, your heart fills like nothing you've ever experienced before. Well, for me, I have never in my life felt pride for myself. And at that point, my heart was so full. I was unable to speak.
Susan, Emma, and Lydia coming in.
The emotions were so foreign, and man, did they ever flood in. At that point, I knew I was a runner and I needed a lot more of this in my life. So I want to thank everyone that had supported me on this journey. To everyone that donated to the Global Kindness Foundation. I will be joining the group in June 2025 to Kalam, Pakistan, where we will be once again working in an orphanage, providing medical, optical, and dental services for all of those beautiful, not forgotten children. And so on that note, I challenge you to try something new. Step outside of your comfort zone. Discover what you're made of, and just perhaps you might discover pride, just like I did.